Why, hello, Kingston. Welcome back to the Napoleonic battlefield. Today, we have a 4v4. This one sent in by Philippe, and this is the Battle of Krasnow, or Krasny? Krasny? Maybe that's how you say it. In Russia, fought November 15th to November 18th of 1812. It was kind of recorded not as much as a battle as a series of ambushes, raids, skirmishes. It was fought in the final stages of Napoleon's retreat from Moscow. So Kutuzov was inflicting heavy losses on the retreating Grand Armée, and didn't want to, of course, risk a pitched battle. So this was kind of more just skirmishes, which of course is getting recreated today. We do have, oh my goodness, I don't have the map up. We have Ney, Davout, and then two French Imperial armies here, but look at the Cossacks, who are all over this, and they are charging in against some Chasseurs Cheval and Dragoons. This is such a realistic looking battle. We'll see how well these Chasseurs Cheval do against these Cossacks. More of them pouring in from the tree line. This is truly historical. Oh my goodness, look at this even more. These French are going to get overwhelmed. They're going to have to pull up some of their Chasseurs to kind of save them. Oh, what a beautiful flanking charge, though. Repelling the Cossacks already. Oh, what? Oh, there's another fight happening over here. France has charged in, or not charged, and got charged, and trying to repel any cav. I'm guessing there's Naurod involved, but France is actually starting to have some losses here. Lost their Dragoons. They do have more cav from the other Imperial Guard faction pushing up down this road. And they have a lot of lethal infantry here, which is still trying to retreat. Imagine they're marching this direction, you know. Their object is to get to this far side. Look at this map, though. Look at what's in the distance. Oh, my goodness. Just fog and then Cossack cav. This would not be a good thing. Of course, they took an LOC as well, but this would not be a good thing, you know, to be trying to deal with. They are surrounded here. Almost and utterly surrounded. I wish I could get a good screenshot, but that will wait. There, of course, is a lot of forest on this other side. You can see here. Huge forest. There is a lot of small towns here and there. Like I said, a lot of Cossacks. So, Cossacks, ooh, even more pushing up here. This may be an epic shot that you're looking for. Oh, look at that. That is it, guys. Look, you even have like artillery that is firing in artillery right here. That is adding to the realistic effect here of there being basically an army trying to retreat and dropping equipment. You have some dead soldiers, frozen to death soldiers that these French are marching past. Ooh, now that's not a cool shot. I don't know what is. That is so cool. And there's actually a lot of them. You can see here just piles of just dead soldiers in the sand. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. I apologize. But there's so much quality, you know, in this map. You see dead horses, dead men frozen to death. What a lot of attention to detail in this map here, and they're all along the road where, you know, men would have frozen to death and fallen out. We do have artillery for Russia. Now, Cossacks going in once more. Not wanting to let the French have a rest as they're trying to form the men up. You can just see the French stringing along this road, trying to make it here. And they're trying to push their way up. Cav's gonna charge them. These guys can't form square, which is gonna be deadly for them. General Edward Montier in the center of a square, and France holding very well. I don't know if did the Russians bring anything besides Cav, or is this supposed to just be historically accurate? You know, are they just supposed to harass them for, you know, science or history? I guess it would be. Over here we got more French gonna possibly get charged by some Carabiniers. These guys can't form squares, so this may be a huge risk. And you can see it is, and the artillery is getting away. France still being super tenacious, advancing. They are having more Russian cav hovering on the flank here. Just so much of it. As they're trying to march along here, the cav is just harassing them. True to form here, Kutuzov would have been trying to harass. And look at this cav. Oh, there's some infantry right here. So we do see some infantry, some, musketeers, the regular army. So in this scenario, maybe Kutuzov is going to start a pitched battle. But for right now, Russia seems contented to just stop this Imperial army from being able to form square, or from being able to really truly advance, although they're all together. Over here, we do have two French armies. One definitely in the far back. Davout's bringing up the rear guard. Ney taking up the front guard, and of course the Imperial Guard with Mortier pushing up on the left side. They're trying to combine here, but it looks like they may be not wanting to push on this side. Oh, here another cav charge, possibly. It's just forming squares repeatedly, guys. Oh, are they? Yeah, they made them form square. Once again, repelling the cav of Russia. Now, Russia does have a bunch of troops hovering behind. Look like they're trying to attack the rear guard of France. I know this may not be as strategically awesome, but it is historically awesome. We do have artillery as well, setting up very close here, horse artillery. And they're going to try to save that artillery by continually charging and harassing the army. But France is continually pushing, guys. They are almost to this small town where maybe they're going to hold, make a defense. They may have to rest for the night, but man. Still nothing over here. France actually walking off the road. They're marching through some heavy snow now. Which I don't know, actually, that may truly be slowing them down. No flags. Okay, there's a couple. But they are probably gonna come across this huge mass field of dead and wounded, which honestly you'd freeze to death pretty quickly from something like that. But you notice France does not have cav in the front. Oh, they do have more and more cav charging into these squares here. I don't think they're even caring too much about them being squares. France is sending their chasseurs cheval. I think they're trying to save their horse artillery. They actually broke some of the French troops. Oh, they're going in for a cav fight as well. So yeah, the Imperial Guard trying to be very cautious here. But Russia is just surrounding them. I mean, they beat back they're trying to keep them, I think, from hitting this town of oh, it is the town of Krasny. More cav smack in the back of these units that can't form squares, so I think they figured out that the squarables are usually in the front. And the Imperial Guard has a couple of them in the front, but the rest of the army, oh my goodness, is totally getting isolated here. France is in huge trouble. Their units are just getting routed here. Just total slaughter along this road. The remainder of France trying to hold it together here. And actually, Russia's been taking some huge losses, or Russia took some huge losses, but they have broke a lot of French troops. And now we have a regular army pushing up here. This LOC has been taken by the Imperial Guard. Some grenadiers, artillery shelling it already. The rest of the reinforcements still coming over. Thankfully, Ney is coming over here. Alright, they have also taken Krasnoy. And they're going to hold it. They need to keep... Look at this line they have. This huge connection between, you know, the French armies. Although, Davout needs to be very careful because Ney is leaving him far behind. And Russia is just cav charging it in constantly. Going to break some chasseurs. Going for the back lines of the French. taking on some skirmishers as well. And France has a very strong position on this hill. Looks like some, yeah, just regular line infantry. They have artillery up on this hill. What a beautiful position. Can Napoleon's men, general save him from total annihilation? This is Crestoy turned sour. Oh, we do possibly have more Imperial Guard. Nope, the Cav now, but they're gonna form square. Russia needs to get themselves out of there, but look at how many of these Russians are just running down the French here. Breaking masses of them now. Oh, the Cav in the back lines of France as Russia's pushing up. I'm surprised that Russia's not pushing a lot of infantry up, although with Ney pushing up to defend, you know, things are getting a little desperate here. The Imperial Guard is strung along this entire road, and there's definitely parts where the Cossacks are able to run in between and really pick apart their army. These guys can't form square. If the Russians figure that out, they are in big trouble here. Edouard Martyr still running amongst his men, trying to rally them. We do have Russia getting... Actually, looks like France may be counterattacking them, and France seems to be holding pretty well on this LOC. Very desperate times. We have a Cav engagement. Yeah, still trying to pick apart. This artillery is maybe gonna be mincemeat. You see France lost some chasseurs cheval, and Russia is still in the fight here with a lot of Cav. So Davout is trying to, they do have a little bit more hussars, but they're trying to stay away from the Russian Cav and get over to their reinforcements, who actually, yeah, Russia's pushing up here. They have a lot of artillery in some really good positions here. They have some 6-pounders, possibly more pushing up as well. Skirmishers kind of shooting back and forth along this ridge, snowy ridge here, as artillery is going to start shooting down Ney's troops. There's so much happening at once, guys. Yeah, we have some C8s who got charged. Oh my gosh, more Imperial Guard. Those Voltigeurs just broke against the masses of Cav. And now even more Russian Cav charge again. This is disaster. This is just so bad. The French can't handle so much Russian Cav. And they're gonna have to regroup. They need Davout here now. And hopefully he doesn't get intercepted. Uh-oh. They're shooting their own skirms.
Our men are running, sir.
So, Ney does have a front line here, but he's having to turn troops around to help support the Imperial Guard, who are just getting smacked around by all this Russian Cav. Rushing up more troops. They're kind of in a back, and the rest of the Imperial Guard is still isolated way back here. They're gonna have to make a decision if they want to march back and help out with this flank, as Russia keeps sitting here. They have more artillery setting up. Be a cool scenario to see if, like, hey, we just got to get to the end of this line with half our army. You know, you can't have half of it break, obviously. But then again, they just run all the troops in Russia when they don't stop them. But
our men are running, sir.
Yeah, France is definitely getting squished. Oh, those skirms just got slaughtered. Those Voltigeurs. They're like, we're running back to Paris now. We don't want to fight any longer. No more fighting, please. I will have no more. Look, the sun's not even really shining. It's like a cold, frigid day. And these poor Frenchmen are watching as the Russians are massing around on this hill. Once more, Russia trying to stop. Davout is really spread out. The most of his army, though, seems to have peeled over here, maybe to attack the flank of Russia. Help out Ney. The rest of it is trying to guard their artillery. These guys can form squares. They should have them closer to the guns, in my opinion. But Russia has just so many cavalry units just sitting here. And they're just waiting. They're resting. They're just resting and watching this grand battle unfold. Oh, look at this guy. This guy's being dragged by his horse. Horse is like, I'm not gonna run. I can take it easy. This Cossack, like... Oh, he's just taking his lance with him. So, of course, the Imperial Guard are holding his town. Imagine being one of these desperate souls, these Fusiliers, who have been told to hold this town until the rest of the Russians get over. Now, of course, you gotta... No, tell the rest of the French, my apologies, get over. Now, of course, you could be wondering, are they gonna come back? I mean, from where they... Oh, we do have another Russian charge. They're falling back. Russia has pushed up all the way to this LOC. Now they're falling back. What I was saying before is, over here, all they hear is a roll of musket fire. They can't see. Imagine there's no flags there. You can't see a thing. You just see the smoke and hear the roll of musket fire. And France seems to have widened things out a little bit. They have so much infantry, though, facing off against this Russian cav. They need it over here where Russia is pushing up so aggressively. I guarantee you these Carabineers are going to get some really, really good kills at the end of this. They probably slaughtered a lot of Russia. But we do have some cav possibly charging up, going for the artillery. So they're going to fall back. We do have Davout pushing up on the Russian flank. More of the Cossacks, I think, are shifting over to maybe try to harass Davout. Oh, do we have a cav fight over here where the artillery is in danger? Yes, we do. There's a square, which now these Cossacks are going to get stuck on. Not going to do too well against that. So the rear guard has a very important job of ensuring this artillery, these 12-pounders and 8-pounders and other 8-pounders get over here, because if they can form up, they can be punching holes in the Russian line. But you can see France is once more reforming in a desperate stand against Russia. More troops are pushing up here. The Imperial Guard using their square bolts to try to drive back the French or the Russians. Even drive back the horse artillery, possibly. The thing is, they can't, guys. They can't bayonet charge in, or else they're gonna get run down by cavalry. They have to form a square, which they do. This unit is gonna volley, hopefully. And they can break this artillery piece and then secure the flank or the rear of the French. And the French are getting pushed heavily here, guys. They are getting heavily pushed. They do have reinforcements here. Oh my goodness, look at these poor Fusiliers. Lost many a good man. Oh, France, they're getting outflanked by Russia in the forest. Although, look at this, you have more Russian or French troops. I keep getting the factions mixed up. What is wrong with me? So, France is trying to outflank Russia still. And that may actually work in time, possibly. Over here, it looks like France is managing, Davout is managing to get himself out of there in mostly one piece. I don't think he's really lost a lot of infantry. Trying to form up, establish some sort of line here. Oh, France is getting charged once more. They do have men forming square. This part, France seems to be weak right here. The Imperial Guard being the ones who have to hold. Who would have thought this would be where they were, you know, try to be holding here. But this line is ever shrinking. Russia should be trying to really push. Ignore Davout as much as possible and keep pushing on the flank here. Use your cavalry. Oh, Allied general has been slain. Oh, one of the Imperial Guards lost their gen. Only one though, guys. There's still another. More reinforcements marching up here. Fusiliers, chasseurs. They're probably gonna form square in time, but maybe not. Let's see if they're paying attention. Yeah, they did. Over here, France is doing well now against the Cav. It's a slow but steady slog. Slogging through the snow, forming square when needed. They are reforming once again, still holding on to this LOC here. I'm surprised they haven't tried to form up on this hill again. They just fall back to this hill. Oh, this artillery is going to get charged now. This artillery did so much in the very beginning, but I think its time is done.
Our men are running, sir.
France needs to forget this LOC. And look at this. There's nothing really, just some artillery. There's a hill right here. Fall back. You have Imperial Guard. You kind of have a foothold here. Just fall back. You know, don't give up this LOC yet. Reform so you're not getting pincered. Because they are definitely getting pincered. I mean, Davout has a possible push they can make. But they're so strung out, and they have to worry about getting outflanked as well. 20 minutes into this fight, there's 40 minutes left. 8-pounders forming up finally. These guys look like they're dressed sort of warm, but they don't have gloves. That's awful. Awfully cold. Oh, we have cavalry charging in here. Some carabineers who are getting charged by some dragoons, it would appear. Those guys are gonna die. That is very unfortunate. They cannot form square. They are dead. And let's see, what else is happening here? Yeah, France has been able to have a little respite. The Imperial Guard forming down to meet them. I guess they're gonna hold this ground. And Russia is falling back, so maybe it is wise of them to hold. But there's a lot of artillery. And they're even shelling this house almost at 50%. They're going to start taking...
Our men are running, sir.
Yeah, they're starting to take some losses here. Just because the artillery is killing so many of these guys. This does not look like a very... Oh my gosh. You know, a lot of men got killed in that. And now they're going to take some heavy losses against France. Or against Russia. I would give up this LOC now. You've held it for so long. Even shifting over this direction a little bit more. You have nothing really behind you. Form up this direction and meet up with Davout. Davout is pushing up sappers. He's pushing up line of check form square. We will see who can win this fight. Russia seems pretty strong right now. Even in the forest. They're pouring down some real hot volleys. That's the thing about this 9.0 version. It's making the French a harder faction to play. You can't just outshoot your enemy anymore. Because the coalition's gonna have some really excellent volleys. They're gonna keep firing, but they are taking some losses because of that 8-pounder. So France may finally be getting a break here, but we do have, yep, we have some cavalry
unit is dead, sir.
charging over, and Davout is the only one standing in between this cav and this artillery. Can they fire in time? No, they won't. They're going to get shot down. Oh, that's unfortunate. They are losing their... Oh, no. They're going to lose their artillery. They need that artillery if they're going to win this fight. Over here, Russia still pushing. France still stubbornly holding on to this LOC. I would give it up. You don't need to hold this area anymore. But see, all the artillery is now... Oh, they killed, like, a lot of that artillery. But they saved the guns. And there's more 8-pounder horse artillery trying to maybe drive back the cav of Russia, who is going to try to do some sneaky maneuvering possibly here. Look at this. They're trying to get around these stakes. I would put my infantry right here instead. That's the thing, is France can never rest even for a second. They got... Okay, these units could be turning and putting a really good angle on the Russians. They are pushing on a weak point, but the Russians have this hill, which is going to be a challenge for the French. Also, they're pushing up here. Russia, I'm surprised they aren't trying to push anymore. I guess they're going to rest and let their artillery do some work. We have Imperial reserves, as well as more of Ney's troop pushing up here. France has gotten united. That was the problem that Russia let happen, unfortunately. They let the French unite. They were separated for the longest time. The Imperial Guard was isolated. Ney and Davout were separated from each other. And then Davout was isolated all by himself, and Ney was trying to hold on with what remained of the Imperial Guard. Now the battle lines have been established, it's going to be a lot harder for the Russians to get any kills with their cavalry. That is going to be the challenge for them now. But you can see you never want to show a corner to the enemy. They're going to outshoot you every time here in this corner. You want to fall back and have a straight line because all these units are firing on this area that has only a couple units firing back. And you can see they're actually going to get very aggressive here. They're going to break this unit. They're forming more corners. I don't think that's very wise of them. They're shifting over reserves here. Oh, more cavalry charging in here. We got dragoons. They did form square. Countercharge from hussars. Line of infantry pushing up as well. Looks like Russia's trying to end this. The dragoons of Russia have been broken. France, oh my goodness, they are so close. They just broke all of these Russians and exposed a whole flank. They should have seen that coming. It was chasseurs that gave a bloody volley. Just shot them to pieces here. And now there is a center that is weak, and the Cossacks are going to have to rush over to kind of patch that up. Russia should be pushing here. I don't know why they're staying back. What do they have over here? They have some... These dragoons should be shifting over here. They need to be all consolidating right in this area. I also think they should be pushing around the flank here with their line infantry or reinforcing this side. Because look at this huge break that Russia is suffering here. They are not able to engage the center, and look at the columns. France is having a comeback, and they are massing in the center here with all of this line infantry. All of this infantry is just massing. I mean, the artillery is tearing holes in their line, but they are massing up and fixing to fight. Look, it goes all the way down. Oh, this is so awesome to see. So Russia is going to try to reform here. They do have cavalry support. A lot of artillery. We have some chasseurs cheval who have been ordered. No. Yes. Trying to deal with some Cossacks here. They haven't pushed out of the forest. Russia is totally falling back here. Artillery is now in danger of being outshot here. I think France is actually looking pretty good now. They're looking really good. They can deal with this artillery really quickly, and they will be all right. Let's see if they can. Give them canister. Oh yeah. This is gonna be deadly. That is a brave Frenchman right there. Oh my gosh. They aimed right at the officer. The officer went down with, like, the core of his men. Now they're gonna bayonet charge in, get revenge. Revenge for losing their officer to the artillery piece. What? That was brutal. What a brutal. But they are out shooting now. They're able to outshoot just because of their numbers, the Russians. I don't see any more Russians mostly anywhere else.
Running, sir.
There's still some hovering on the flank, but I mean their flank seems pretty secured. Russia is falling back in disarray. This artillery is still being a huge thorn in the side of France, though. Look how close they are firing now. They're probably starting to break a lot of May's troops. Oh, we do have some brave Chiliers, possibly. Their orders may be to go charge the guns. As the fellow soldiers are being slaughtered here. Oh yeah, they're going for the guns. Russia's falling back on this side. Some more Russians are pushing up here to reform on this line. A bayonet charge against Russia. This is bad. Russia does not do well against this. Oh, they got him in time. Well done, these brave Chiliers. Defending the line, and it's going to cause a mass rout, and I think Russia is probably going to start losing here.
Our men are running, sir.
But you know, is it really a victory if France is still retreating out of Russia? This is just a small victory. You know, the winter is still probably killing all of them. And just on a side note, it's just this road that has like all the dead and dying, you know, artillery and the men. It goes all the way up here though. I mean, I don't think this one has any. Yeah, it's just the one road. This has real dead men from this field. My gosh, look at all the death. But anyway, who's gonna farm this?
Our men are running, sir.
I sense a farm coming. Probably not intentional though. Oh, that's a lot of troops that are gonna get bayoneted. Anyway, I've been totally missing out on this side. Russia's been trying to charge in their cavalry, trying to defeat this side, but France has so much infantry now that can square that all the Cossacks and lights of Russia won't be enough. And France keeps bayonet charging in here, dealing with the artillery. We do have some cav charging in though, some dragoons charging downhill. Oh, what? Tunis just flew into the air. That was crazy. There's a couple Russian resistance over here. But I think this is the beginning of the very end for Russia.
The men
now.
are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
They do have a lot of artillery. They seem to be shifting and limbering up again. They do have infantry defending it. So this is going to be very bloody push for the Russian, or for the French. But it should be... Let's see if they actually start pushing up here, so we don't prolong this. Yeah, Russia is now going to be on the defensive. France was going to push up. The Imperial Guard maybe going to get some revenge, but I think they have decided they are not going to. So they're going to wait for their reinforcements. There's not very much left. We do have Russia line infantry possibly making a last stand here. Possibly. Oh my goodness. This is about to become a slaughter. They're just going to wade through these Russians, stabbing and killing. Oh, these guys even too. Oh my goodness. All the Russian dead that's going to be here. Look at that. Holy cow. So France is going to start pushing up now in mass. It is their only option. And Russia's going to bayonet charge. Possibly. They're going to take some heavy losses. Yeah, that'll be that. I'm gonna fast forward or just skip to ooh, my voice. Let me drink some water and skip to the end, and we'll look over the results of this very bloody clash. Alright guys, so that was the battle, like I said, sent in by Philippe, playing as Ney. And man, that was a very enjoyable battle. Very historically accurate in some ways. Obviously, the French managed to preserve their lines and get back, but after taking heavy losses, which you can see they did take some pretty heavy losses. Disastrous just in general for Napoleon. So For historical purposes, I would say this actually was pretty accurate. So that's about it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all in another video.